Greetings, this is Adversaricon of Human the Hoofed Beast and Beast Metal Review, and today I'm reviewing the latest album by Vacuous. The title of the album is In His Blood. This is a band out of London, England. They're a very up-and-coming metal band. Just like what you get on Beast Metal Review, you're almost always going to get some of the cutting edge of what's going on in metal, the avant-garde, the newest, some of the heaviest bands, and this is a band that's really getting popular. They're now on Relapse Records, and their album came out on the 28th of February in 2025 this year, and it's their second full-length album. Their first full-length album was much more in the vein of Death Doom. This one reminds me a lot more of death metal and grind, especially bands like Carcass. Like, you'll hear Carcass in it a lot, and even kind of conjuring some of Bill Steer's lower end vocals, which I really like. Thought that was pretty cool. You'll also hear maybe some Asphyx or some early Pestilence, like the Martin Van Drunen year. And then the other band that I kind of hear in there is Godflesh. They do a little bit of some dissonant things with their second guitar. They really create an atmosphere. And another band is the way Entombed uses big epic power chords with other things going on in the layers. But it reminds me a little bit of that. But one of the best things about Vacuous in their new album is the guitar tone. The guitar tone is really, really heavy. It's really biting. It's really chewing. I love the tone. It's really, really good. There's all kinds of variety in this album. They have some kind of clean tones. They have arpeggios going on sometimes, dissonant arpeggios. They have some tremolo picking, especially the last two songs are a little bit more, they have some black metal elements. And the vocalist can do all kinds of vocals. Like the last two songs, Immersion, and I think it's No Longer Human, that song, those songs have a little bit more of a kind of a blackened death metal kind of feel, which I really like. So as you can tell, I already really like this album. I hope they come across the pond to America, because I'd really like to see them. So a little bit more about Vacuous before I talk about the album. So like I said, the previous album had a lot more kind of death doom. On this album I hear a lot more grind, a lot more death metal, and some black metal. It's very atmospheric, it's very dark, and it's very biting. It's really heavy, very aggressive album, but I really love the atmosphere that they have throughout. Every song has some element of atmosphere in it that I really, really like. It's like chef's kiss. Really, really good stuff. The tone is amazing, and I already said that, but I'm going to say it again. The tone is fucking amazing. It's so good. There's a lot of dark, melodic single notes over the fat, thick, kind of epic power chords. And this is the part where I was talking about Entombed. It kind of reminds me of Entombed a bit like that. They're not doing the keyboards like Entombed did, which was really kind of gorgeous and unique for that Left Hand Path album back in like 1990 or 89, whenever that came out. But yeah, this album comes in at, it only is 31 minutes and 50 seconds long. So let's get into this album. I'm really excited to talk about this. I know I'm a couple weeks late, but who cares? This album is worth it. Go check them out. In His Blood is the first track. It comes in at 2 minutes and 49 seconds. This one has a great dark scream that comes out right out the gates. It's fucking awesome. It's not just black metal, it's more human and kind of like a man screaming. It's really, really good. And they just kind of get into grind. There's blast metal beats right off the bat. And then this song really sounds like something off of Reek of Putrefaction or Symphonies of Sickness, Carcass's first two albums. And in the first two songs on this album, I really hear this kind of Bill Steer kind of vocals. I also hear Martin Van Drunen a little bit in there, and I love them both. So good job. They're not like totally ripping them off or stealing. It sounds different enough. And there is, in His Blood, this is the title track of the album, there is a really good atmospheric guitar that is throughout. So right off the bat, that's going to grab you. Very good song, like 4 out of 5 star song. Really, really good. The second song is called Stress Positions. It comes in at 4 minutes and 7 seconds. This one reminds me of Asphyx, but it also reminds me of Carcass still, especially the vocals remind me of Carcass. But at times, I hear Martin Van Drunen in this. It has really nice, big, fat, thick, epic chords in there, and I love the tone and the use of the second guitar, which brings in the element of kind of atmosphere with them. It's really, really good. Third song is Hunger, and this is a song I really, really like. This is a 5 out of 5 star song for me. It comes in at 4 minutes and 22 seconds. There are clean arpeggios that open behind some spoken word, like it sounds like it's coming from a movie or like a horror television show, something like that, where people are kind of conversing. And that's kind of different. I kind of like that as well. It has just super punishing guitar. It's grind, it's biting, it's chewing tone, really big fat chords once again with the atmosphere. Just the whole song has really good character, and there's tempo change in it, so you're not getting just the same thing throughout. Then we move on to the fourth song, which is Flesh Parade, another amazing song. This one is only 2 minutes and 51 seconds. This song is very much a grind song, hence the 2 minutes and 51 seconds as well. It's more straightforward and driving than the other songs so far. The second guitar with the atmosphere comes in later into this song, but it's still really good. Very, very good song. The next song is Public Humiliation, and this is a song where they're starting to get a little, even more different, and the songs are starting to feel more unique. So I would give this song like a 5 out of 5 stars. Really good. Clean arpeggios open the song, and it's good. It's really dirty. It's pretty slow, and it has really good groove with dissonant atmosphere. So that's another thing listen for on this album by Vacuous, In His Blood. You're going to hear some dissonant in there. They're using some dissonant notes and letting them ring out, and this is where I kind of start to feel and hear the sense of Godflesh. So they're like, these guys are really paying some homage to me, to England, and bands. I think Carcass is out of Liverpool, but still England nonetheless, because you really do hear Carcass in there vocally, and then In His Blood, the first song, like that song sounds like it's really playing homage to Carcass, but really, really good. And then toward the end, the song gets really beautiful, and it kind of reminds me of like some like Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets kind of, with beautiful kind of atmospheric guitars and much more kind of melodic. Really like that. Another thing I want to say about this, and like the metal that I like, it's much darker. It's much darker than deathcore. It's much darker than metalcore. Metalcore and deathcore, yeah, they're dark, but not near as dark as this type of metal. These vocals are not angry. These vocals are fucking ferocious, but dark and evil. Metalcore to me has more yelling in it. Same with a lot of the deathcore. It has more kind of these kind of hip hop kind of groove kind of chugs and stuff like that. It's not necessarily like Suffocation or Dying Fetus like slam elements, but this is fucking dark. The type grind and the type of death metal that I like is darker than metalcore. And to me, that is a heavier element. Let's move on. We're going on to the third from the last song is called Contraband. Contraband comes in at 3 minutes and 13 seconds. This song has some chugging and some kind of hardcore, kind of punk-like elements into it. And I like it. It's different. It kind of stands out. I gave this one a 5 out of 5 stars as well. It has really heavy bass, and that heavy bass is allowed to kind of stand out by itself with the drums a lot, and I really like that. It gives us different variety, something different to chew on, the flavor of your gum is lasting a little bit longer because it's more interesting and appealing. It has really good atmosphere, and it has black metal vocals in this song. This is where you start to hear that more, and they're really good black metal vocals. They're not like metalcore or deathcore, where when they do their higher register in the upper palate kind of black metal vocals, because I do black metal vocals and I do death metal, really deep, thunderous kind of growls, cave monster, dinosaur, T-Rex kind of growls. But this is different. This is more like black metal. Black metal sounds more evil. When metalcore and deathcore do their higher range vocals, to me, those vocals don't sound near as dark, and they sound a bit thin and kind of, kind of weak and feeble compared. Really good black metal vocals to me just have more power, and they're just fucking dark. So really, really good song. This is a very different and a very unique song. This is probably the most different out of all the songs. It still fits in with the album, but maybe this is where they're headed for the future. I like it. I like the little bit of hardcore elements that you'll hear in this song. And then we get second to last song is Immersion. It's 3 minutes and 33 seconds, 333, and this is a grind song. It's pretty short. The second half slows down and gets a lot more groovy, and then it has a black metal feel with spoken conversation. Once again, like one of the previous songs, they're bringing in this kind of spoken word kind of conversation that kind of sounds off of a movie soundtrack that's in the background of the song, which it works really, really well. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars for this song. I really liked it. And then the last song is probably my favorite out of the album. I don't know, I've only listened to the album like maybe 5 or 6 times. No Longer Human. No Longer Human comes in at 6 minutes and 7 seconds. This song it starts off mid-tempo death metal with excellent black metal vocals. Like, these are dark, shrieking, really, they have like a good mid-tone to them too. Really good vocals. And then the second guitar is very eerie, and this is where we hear yet again those Godflesh elements coming in, the dissonant kind of ringing out notes, single notes that are there, and that just really help and make this atmosphere thicker and even melodic in some ways, but very dark. It's so the second guitar, the eerie guitar, is much more slow, and then it's even clean in the middle and in the end mostly. But once again, the album that I just reviewed, excellent. To me, I would give this a 4.5, maybe even a 5 out of 5 stars. I got to live with the song, with the album a little bit more, but I thoroughly enjoy this. Again, my highlights are going to be the tone, how biting it is, and the atmosphere that they bring in. And it's really, really heavy. They are not death doom anymore. I really don't hear or feel death doom in this album like the previous album. And the previous album is really good. But this is an up-and-coming band, guys. Check out Vacuous, In His Blood. Go follow them on Spotify. Check out their stuff. Like what they're on Relapse Records. Like what they're doing on YouTube. Give them some love. Go buy some merch. Buy their vinyl. buy their CDs, buy their hoodies, all that. I hope they come to America, because I will definitely want to go check them. Maybe Maryland Death Fest sometime. I would love to check that out. Anyways, this is Adversaricon of Beast Metal Review and Human the Hoofed Beast, and I'm out.